You're holding it right now, and OpenAI has already decided it has to die. In the next 9 minutes, I'm going to show you the classified project, the $6.5 billion bet, and the man who designed the iPhone, who is now the one building its replacement. 17 years ago, one product changed civilization. The smartphone didn't just replace the camera, the map, and the alarm clock. It replaced entire industries overnight. Today, 6.8 billion people carry one. Apple, Google, and Samsung have collectively made trillions off a single idea: that humans will always need a screen in their pocket. But here's what those companies never saw coming. The one company powerful enough to rip that screen away isn't a phone manufacturer. It's an AI company. And they didn't start by building a better phone. They started by asking a different question entirely. What if the screen was never the point? To understand what OpenAI is actually building, you have to understand something most people get completely wrong about AI. The future isn't AI inside your apps. The future is AI that makes your apps irrelevant. Sam Altman calls them agents. Software that doesn't wait for your commands but thinks, plans, and acts on your behalf without being asked. And here's the problem they kept running into. Your smartphone was never built for that. Think about it right now. Every app on your phone lives in its own sealed, isolated world. Your Maps app cannot talk to your email. Your calendar doesn't touch your bank. Every single time you want to connect them, you are the one doing the work. You are currently functioning as the processing layer between your own apps. But an AI agent needs to be that processing layer, and your phone doesn't just make that difficult. It makes it structurally impossible. So OpenAI made a decision that will rewrite history. They're not going to fix your phone. They're going to erase it. And now here's the detail that most people have completely missed. And I need you to stay with me. For this part, OpenAI didn't decide to build this replacement alone. They went and found the one human being on Earth who knows better than anyone how to design a device that billions of people want in their pocket. Jony Ive, the man who designed the iPhone, the man who built his entire career perfecting the very object they are now planning to destroy. His new company, called IO, received $6.5 billion from OpenAI. Not a partnership. Not a licensing agreement. $6.5 billion to build one device. Let that number land for a second. Apple spent less developing the original iPhone ecosystem. This is not a side project. This is not an experiment. When you write a check that size, you are declaring war on every smartphone company that has ever existed. So what is this thing? Based on everything that has been publicly revealed, and it is not a phone, not glasses, not a smartwatch, it is something that we don't have an existing word for yet. A small, screenless device powered entirely by AI. There are no apps to open, no browser to search, no notifications screaming for your attention. You simply talk to it, and it understands not just what you said, but what you actually meant. It books the flight before you remember you need to. It drafts the response while you're still thinking about the meeting. It doesn't respond to commands. It anticipates them. And here's the part nobody wants to admit out loud. For the vast majority of daily tasks, this device will outperform you at managing your own life. It will be faster, more accurate, less forgetful, and completely relentless. And that is precisely why it's so dangerous. Not to you, to every single company that currently profits from making your phone experience slightly better. If OpenAI ships this, and remember, $6.5 billion says they intend to, the damage to the existing industry will be unlike anything we have ever seen. Let's be exact. Apple generates over $200 billion per year from the iPhone and its surrounding ecosystem. Every single dollar of that assumes you need a screen. The moment you don't, that entire model collapses. Google's whole business is built on the fact that you search. The moment your AI device handles every question directly, you never open a browser again. Google's core product becomes irrelevant overnight. The app economy, $935 billion globally, doesn't gradually decline. It falls off a cliff, but here's what I really need you to sit with. It's not just companies that lose. Entire job categories, personal assistants, travel agents, call center workers, customer support departments. These roles aren't threatened. They're structurally eliminated. This is not disruption. This is replacement. And the clock started the moment Jony Ive signed that contract. So, what do you actually do with all of this? First, understand that this transition is not arriving in 20 years. History has never been that generous. The film camera didn't slowly retire. It was functionally obsolete in under 4 years after digital arrived. Blockbuster had 9,000 stores. Within 4 years of Netflix launching, it was filing for bankruptcy. Technology does not negotiate. It replaces. And it replaces faster than anyone is ever ready for. The people who lose in these moments are never the ones who couldn't adapt. They are always, without exception, the ones who didn't see it coming early enough. You're seeing it coming right now. The second thing to understand, this doesn't just affect what device sits in your pocket. It affects what skills matter in the next decade, what jobs exist in 5 years, what companies survive this century, and how the entire global economy is structured for the next 50 years. We are not watching a product launch. We are watching the opening move of the most consequential technology transition in modern history. And you are watching it before it happens. That is an extraordinary place to be. Maybe OpenAI's secret device fails. Maybe the smartphone survives for another 20 years. Or maybe we're witnessing the beginning of the next technological revolution. Because history follows a strange pattern. The radio gave way to television. The cassette gave way to streaming. The iPod gave way to the smartphone. And perhaps one day, the smartphone itself will become another chapter in history. And when people look back, they may realize something extraordinary. The end of the smartphone era didn't begin with Apple, it began with OpenAI. And if that future arrives, we'll be here to break it all down. Subscribe to Future Ledger, and I'll see you in the next one.